Bauer here, and finally, the Cubs are world champions. Let's all just... But with that being said, it's not the topic of this video. This video is going to be something that, you know, it's kind of it goes back to why I decided to make this YouTube channel. Well, one of the reasons that I decided to make this YouTube channel, and that's because I know that there's a lot of people that are my age that just kind of fell off the whole gaming thing. So I went online, I did a little research, and I looked up some of the reasons why people, I guess, things that make it difficult for people to play video games at my age. So I decided to make a video on that just because I don't want to do any gameplays right now. I really have no gameplays. I'm not going to squeeze in another Black Ops 3 match. I mean, there's a good chance by the time you watch this video, right now, I will be grinding some Infinite Warfare. But till then, let's get on with it. I'm not going to say any names. It's just things that people have said. The first one, I think, is the biggest one, and that's there's not enough time. Yes, I think that's the hardest part of being older. Whether you play video games or not, I think one of the hardest things as you get older in life and you go through life is time management. You obviously have more things to worry about. Sometimes not just yourself, but your house, your spouse, you know, your pets, your children. So there's more things going on that's going to take away from what you want to do with yourself. So obviously time management is a big thing. Now the thing with that is time management is huge for everything in life. Whether you're playing video games or you have other hobbies or passions or just things you want to do. You know, I think from the age of just birth until death, you somehow have to be able to control time, and obviously time goes by extremely fast. Maybe not for some of your youngsters, but as you get older, time will go quickly. Okay, I always said that by the time you hit like 25, every birthday you skip a year. But it's always going to be something that you have to figure out. I remember in high school, I had to manage time a lot, especially being an athlete. It's just, you had so much workload, and then at the same time, you had to put in so much time to be an athlete. It really required a lot of time management. So it obviously becomes harder, but it doesn't become impossible. There's different ways. I mean, I could be talking about this topic forever because it is a known factor for everything in life. I mean, there's seminars out there on how to manage time. So I'm not going to go too in detail anymore with it, but I know it's hard. I know that's one of the biggest ones, but again, you just got to work at it. I'm lucky that I don't really need to sleep a lot. So I could go 4 hours, you know, like go throughout a night with 4 hours of sleep and be fine. Not every day, but I could squeeze that out. So I'm lucky in that sense. I would not be, I'd be in a whole different ball game if that wasn't the case and I did require 8 hours. It'd be extremely hard. So next one. This guy makes too much money. I hope I had that problem, but I know what he means. It doesn't mean that he's rich. It just means that now he's not a kid anymore. He's an adult, so you obviously have a little bit more spending money than when you were, you know, a teenager or even younger than that, and you would, you know, do your paper routes or do your that makes me sound really old. Who does paper routes anymore? But do your chores and things like that, and get some allowance to save up to spend $60 on a game. Where now it's like, yeah, I mean, you have more money available to you, so you get to buy more games. So this guy's issue is he just buys way too many games. I have the money to buy a lot of games. I'm not saying that makes me sound like an asshole. I'm just saying I have the option to buy more games than I did when I was a kid. That's what I'm saying. But I get very focused into one game. Sometimes 2 or 3 in rotation, but I don't go out. I mean, I've had the Xbox One for like 3 years, and I only have like 10 games, and 5 of those are Call of Duty games. So, probably not 5 and 4, but anyway. So I don't have that issue. I'd be willing to bet that this guy just has a spending issue. I'm sure video games is not the only thing that he's, you know, going nuts and buying. But let's keep going. Nobody makes stuff that I like anymore. Now, this is a big one because I think there's a lot of people that, especially the people that have been playing video games since even before me. Like, I'm talking about like 40-year-olds or 50-year-olds that are still playing video games who, like, their first game was like Atari. Some of the stuff that they enjoyed most obviously isn't around anymore. And obviously we could say, you know, that Mario or Super Mario Brothers and stuff like that, they were great games, you know, Sonic if you were into that. But, you know, we live in a different era. There's just different games out there that just bring more to the table than just a simple jump. And I think there's certain people in this life, and it's not just gamers, but there's certain people that just can't evolve and can't adapt. You know, kind of focusing in with Call of Duty, a lot of issues with the whole boots to ground argument versus, you know, being able to boost and jetpack. There are people, believe it or not, they just don't complain and bitch about it as much as the people that want boots to ground. But there are people that only started playing Call of Duty when it was jetpack. So Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3 is all they know. So for them to go back to boots to ground, it might not be something that they're really interested in. They might just legitimately like being able to thrust and, you know, and jetpack and wall run and all that fancy stuff, where some of us old schoolers might like the boots to ground. So I'm not going to get into a boots to ground argument. I'm just saying it's an example. So there's certain people, I guess, like if you just were to zoom out on that argument, that there's other games that maybe they, you know, they're used to, where now it's just become too much. So I'm gonna do one more because I don't want this video to go on forever, and I do have a ton of topics. I think I'm gonna try to do one of these every once in a while. So I'm gonna save some of the ammo for later. There's amazing stuff here. I can't give into the new games. I just keep playing the old ones over and over again. That kind of ties in with the previous issue. There's just people that are just used to one thing and one thing only. And whatever, to each his own. There's a lot of people that do different things. There's still certain games that I play that I still enjoy that are super old, like Half-Life. Every once in a while, I'll play Half-Life on the computer. Doom 3. Even the older Dooms. Like, sometimes it's nice to take a trip back to memory lane. I'm someone that's really about new and what's current, and let's keep it going. I want new stuff. I want to see what can you bring to entertain me. I don't like to be stuck in some stationary treadmill. So, but again, everyone's different. I do respect the gamer that just likes playing those old games, and it's kind of hard to keep playing those older games just because, I mean, I'm sure that the system you're trying to use isn't new, so it's probably gonna break soon, and it's gonna be hard to replace it. Where there's so much focus on like the new games, where I can see it being a challenge, but I don't know. Like, for me, that's not a deal breaker. Let's try to squeeze in one more. I have better things to do, so I feel guilty about gaming. This is a big one. I'm gonna try to keep it short and maybe continue it in the next video. But yes, you do feel guilty because there's always something you could do, especially if you own a house. Like I've said in the previous videos, you know, I'm a husband, I'm a father, you know, I'm a full-time worker, I'm a homeowner, I'm a dog owner. There's always something to do. So yes, every once in a while when I am playing a video game, I am sacrificing, like, there's maybe a plate in the sink, or maybe a load of laundry I could have done, or, you know, I don't know. There's so many different things you could think of. You do have to enjoy your life at one point. You always silence my phone, and this time I did not. You definitely have to enjoy your life. I'm not saying do not be responsible at all. I mean, I am still a loving father. I'm always up with my kid. That's a big reason why I sometimes game at night, is because I like to keep an eye out on her and make sure that she's okay during the night. If she needs dad to come and feed her, you know. So, I get it, but you can say that about a lot of things. There's always something to do. There's always, even if you are doing something responsible, there's something else you could have done. So, you know, but you're just gonna go crazy. You know, like, there's always gonna be something around the corner. There's always something that you have to do. But you have to kind of have a balance of life if you're gonna enjoy it. I know a lot of people, you know, they always give you with the whole, you only live once, make sure you're doing it. You know, you do, but you can't go crazy. You have to somehow find a balance. You know, back to time management again. You got to find a balance in life to be able to, you know, do the things you like and do the things you have to do. So I think everyone works at that a little different. Some people are your crazy workaholics, and that's not good, you know, but they're being responsible 24/7, but then they become psychopaths. So, you know, you do need some release. And a lot of the reasons why I do this is to have a release, to be able to wake up tomorrow and tackle the next day. So, again, everyone's different. I'm not saying to be like me. I'm just giving you my opinion, to see if maybe someone out there is thinking the same way, and just, you find this video to be helpful or at least entertaining. So I'm gonna end it right there. There's a lot more bullet points I could have gone through. I don't want to make this vlog any longer than it has to be. I'm excited. I'm sorry if you're not, and I'm sorry if you left Call of Duty and went to Battlefield or whatever. To each his own. I'm truly very excited for Infinite Warfare. I'm truly excited for COD 4 Remastered, and I just can't wait to start playing those games in less than 24 hours. Right now, I'm expecting to be at least 3 matches in. Hopefully the servers will allow us to. But anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please, if you did, thumbs up if you could. If not, I'm okay. I just like making videos, What's up? Go Cubbies, and we'll see you soon.